Hey, we are live again. I misspoke earlier. This is actually an 1854, not 1855, treaty territory where the indigenous folks are able to hunt, fish, and gather. Those rights are still protected in this land that we're standing on right now. This area in particular seems to be a pump station. Some of the back end infrastructure for the pipe itself. There is a no trespassing sign. Says this is Enbridge Energy LLC property. So is this like a pump station, or what exactly is the infrastructure around?
I am actually not sure.
Okay.
They are going to be building the pipes through here.
Got it. Okay. So this area, right along here, like where this road is where the pipe is actually going to go through. So they haven't, trees have been moved, but the area itself hasn't even been dug into, it doesn't look like. So there's quite a bit of construction that they have yet to do here. As you can see, they're oversized loads, trucks, a couple workers standing outside of their vehicles. There are some floodlights out and porta potties, so definitely an active work site. We didn't get confirmation what the area behind the fence is. It might not be a station, but it's definitely part of the infrastructure. A helicopter is flying over. So this is a wetland right here too. I see the one of the Enbridge signs that says entering wetland. And so I think that's what all this this fencing is doing, to try to have a parameter around some of it. And then there's different stacks of straw also. As you can see, there's a ton of snow on the ground still also. Still winter here. Again, it is a warmer day today, but it's still only, the high I think is 15 degrees.
L3 line 3 replacement.
There's a stake in the ground that says L3R. That probably means line 3 replacement. Yeah, and then this stake says wetland. So yeah, just one of the many hundreds of wetlands this tar sands pipeline is to be going over.
Well, I want to thank everybody for being here. See, they don't really know what to do about us right now. They're kind of moving their trucks back and forth. They've got some pipe, but we're here and we're stopping them right now. So far, the cops haven't arrived. That's kind of unusual, kind of cool. I just want to talk about this spot a little bit because it gives me a lot of hope, as sick as that sounds. We're pretty desperate for hope on the Fond du Lac Reservation. There's only 13 miles of pipe that they're building through that reservation, and they are almost done with it. You can see it from Camp McGeezy. They buried it from 210 pretty much up to ditch banks. But this spot, they don't even have the pipe laid down yet. So we still have time. We still have something to fight for. We can still win this fight.
That's right.
I'm mad too, though. A lot of anger. I keep saying it. Because part of the reason they're building the Fond du Lac Reservation pipe wear us down and scare us, and they're trying to do it faster. They also don't report to Minnesota OSHA on a reservation. They report to federal OSHA. So any complaints, anything they do wrong, all the corners they cut, takes a lot longer for those reports to be filed or anything. So they're able to build on the Fond du Lac Reservation with zero consequences. And they can do whatever the fuck they want to those people.
Not right.
It's messed up. But they're not done yet. And so we're holding on to this hope. We can still keep fighting this, and we need people to come and keep fighting this, because they are not won yet, and they are trying to break down our spirits and our hopes and our dreams. But they haven't won yet. So we gotta keep coming.
That's right.
And it's being built right through this. What's the point of a state forest, of a state park, if there's a pipeline going through it? That's to preserve that environment for all of us to enjoy.
That's right.
And they're gonna destroy it.
Shame.
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 Doom to the pipeline!
Doom to the pipeline.
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 Woo! Woo! Right here.
Public land. Can we ask you a question? So when the thaw happens, right around the corner, is that going to slow them a bit? Is that a place of hope?
It could be. It depends on who they're reporting to, though, right? If OSHA doesn't do shit about it, it doesn't matter. Does Enbridge their rules?
Yes. Stay on it, but this place gets pretty soggy.
This is all wetlands.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, somebody's coming.
Protect the sacred!
Protect the sacred!
Defend the water!
Defend the water!
Fight for our rights!
Fight for the air we breathe!
And the water we drink!
And the water we drink!
Because the whole damn planet
Because the whole damn planet
is on the brink!
is on the brink!
Stop line 3!
We must stop line 3!
We must!
Stop line 3!
We will!
Stop line 3!
We must!
Stop line 3!
We can!
Stop line 3! Stop line 3!
We must!
Stop line 3!
Pipelines are drippy.
Protect the Mississippi.
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 Pipelines are drippy. Pipelines are drippy.
Another aspect of all these out-of-state workers is a big problem that water protectors and fossil fuel extraction resistors bring up a lot are all of the missing and murdered indigenous women and relatives, people who aren't from this land and who aren't from these communities. That increases the risk of indigenous women and relatives becoming victims or survivors of the violence that these man camps bring, and that these pipelines bring, and that these extraction processes bring.
We could send out land back. When I say land, you say back. Land back. Land back. When I say climate, you say so. Climate. Justice. Stop.
Line 3.
Climate.
Justice.
Land
Back.
Stop.
Line 3.
Stop.
Line 3.
Climate.
Justice. Line 3.
Land. Climate. Justice. Climate. Justice. Climate. Justice. Climate. Justice. Stop.
Line 3.
Stop.
Line 3.
Stop.
Line 3.
So Line 3 violates the 1854, 1855, and 1867 treaties, which all establish the right to hunt, fish, and gather for the traditional people of these lands. And that's an important when some of these assemblies are folks who live here, just asserting those rights, asserting the opportunity to have this land and be alive for a long time.
Enbridge Line. People die.
It is pretty close.
Choices kill.
And again, Enbridge is responsible for the Kalamazoo River spill in Michigan, when 20,000 barrels polluted the river. Some of that tar sands is still at the bottom of the Kalamazoo. Enbridge and their partner projects are responsible for hundreds of spills with their projects. They've had many spills, so there definitely is likelihood of this one spilling as well. Another interesting aspect is right now the Minnesota Department of Commerce is actually part of a lawsuit against the Public Utilities Commission, which is another part of Minnesota. So Minnesota is essentially suing itself right now. And Governor Walz said it don't only need a building permit to move forward, they also need a social permit. And with all of the resistance that's been happening for over 7 years, it doesn't seem like a social permit has been approved by many people who live here. So folks, there's still, there's about 20 people here standing at this work site where the pipe is intended to go through, but the pipe has not been laid yet. I don't believe any of the pipe. I don't see any pipeline at all. So it's not even lined up how they want to put it in the ground. It's not even here yet.
Do this to the people. Do this to the land. Do this to the land. Do this to the animals. Do this to the animals. Shame on walls. Shame on walls. Walls.
If you can see into here, you can tell where the pipe is. Here, I'll let you see it. Come over here a little bit.
Wait,
Show me what solidarity looks like.
This is what solidarity looks like.
Show me what solidarity looks like.
This is what solidarity looks like.
Show me what solidarity looks like.
This is what solidarity looks like.
I can describe
okay,
it.
but some of it's laid down.
Show me what
So some of the pipe in the distance is laid out.
unity looks like. This is what unity looks like. Show me what unity looks
But at the exact spot we're at right now, there is no pipe laid out yet.
like. What solidarity looks like. This is what solidarity looks like. That's maybe half a mile down. Unity looks like.
About half a mile down.
Show me what community looks like. Enbridge, go home. Enbridge, go home. Enbridge, go home.
Enbridge, go home.
The majority of the members of the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency's Group on Environmental Justice resigned recently, 12 of the 17, due to the approval by MPCA. They all wrote in a letter to the commissioner, Laura Bishop, that, quote, they quote, cannot continue to legitimize and provide cover for the MPCA's war on black and brown people. So a lot of agencies in Minnesota, well, at least two, are voicing their opposition to the project. And again, part of Minnesota is suing itself right now. A precision pipeline truck is turning around, I guess. Cops are arriving now down the road that the caravan just came down. This. All right, this is a sheriff's department. This is the St. Louis County Sheriff's, the sheriff's deputy. Some folks are standing in the way of a precision pipeline truck.
We do this every morning or afternoon or at night. We do it all times of the day.
So again, there's one sheriff's deputy from St. Louis County. Then I believe, then there. So two sheriff's deputies are here. The sheriffs are parked parallel to each other now, seem to be talking through their windows. They are effectively blocking the road right now from where folks just came in through.
We must stop line 3. Tarzan's bloody hands. 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 You can't drink oil. Keep it in the soil. Keep it in the soil. You can't drink oil. Keep it in the soil. You can't drink oil. Keep it in the soil. You can't drink oil. Keep it in the soil. You can't drink oil. Keep it in the soil. You can't drink oil. Keep it in the soil. You can't drink. We are united. 3. We will not let you build this pipeline. 1. We are the people. 2. We are united. 3. We will not let you build this pipeline. We are the people. 2. We are united. 3. We will not let you build this pipeline. We are the people. 2. We are united. 3. We will not let you build this pipeline. We are the people. 2. We are united. We will. Pipelines are drippy.
Protect the Mississippi.
Pipelines are drippy.
Protect the Mississippi.
Pipelines are drippy.
Protect the Mississippi.
Pipelines are
Protect the Mississippi.
Pipelines are drippy.
Protect the Mississippi.
Pipelines are drippy.
Protect the Mississippi.
Pipelines are drippy.
Protect the Mississippi.
No way.
Did they say anything to you?
Tarzan's no way.
Like it,
Tarzan's no way.
this is the light,
Tarzan's no way.
but nothing else beyond
Never, not today.
Tarzan's no way.
So the sheriff's deputies said they'd like it if folks would let this white truck through, but they haven't said anything further than that.
Protect the wild rice.
Water is life.
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 Protect the wild rice.
Are y'all live streaming?
Stop. What I say.
The wild rice are
Climate.
for folks who live here, for indigenous folks, the Anishinaabe people,
Stop. Line 3. What I
and
say,
it grows on that will affect
climate.
that staple for them
Climate.
that is so important to their culture
Stop.
and their livelihoods.
Line 3.
Land.
Bag.
Stop.
Line 3.
Land.
Bag.
Climate.
Justice.
Climate.
Justice.
Land.
And again, the 1854 treaty
Climate.
protects their right to that wild rice.
Stop.
Line 3.
Stop.
Line 3.
Woo.
Another work truck is passing by.
Solidarity looks like.
This is what solidarity looks like.
Show me what solidarity looks like.
This is what solidarity looks like.
Show me what solidarity looks like.
This is what solidarity looks like.
Show me what solidarity looks like.
This is what solidarity looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what unity looks like.
This is what unity looks like.
Show me what unity looks like.
This is what unity looks like.
The wind is picking up here a bit, so it's getting a little chilly.
Go home and bridge. Wait, what is it?
Go home and bridge. No, wait. Yeah, that's right. Go home and bridge. Go home. Go home.
This work truck has a Texas license plate. One of the foreman at the pipeline lockdown action, excuse me, earlier in the week was from Texas. So again, thousands of out-of-state workers here in Minnesota working on this project.
No way. Not ever, not today. Tar sands, 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 no way. Not ever, not today.
I'm not entirely sure. They put them up a lot.
Okay.
The blue and white ones are supposed to be the edges of the easement, but they do so many of them that.
Yeah.
So I guess it's 6.
6 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because this actually is the part of the corridor where, okay, yeah, so this is actually where the old line 3 still exists then.
Yeah, I'm not sure where line 3 is in this. Like
Okay.
Line 3, it might be one of the ones over there. You could look at the, like, yeah, it says, like, that's line 67, that's line 13.
Okay,
They
yeah.
say on them.
So these,
RP is over here. That's the blue one right there for the line 3 RP. I don't know if that's the replacement with a new one.
yeah, that's the easement edge.
Right, yeah, so the in between
Yeah,
the
so
different flags, that's
so there are a lot of different signage here. The blue and white flags on the thin the easement edge are. So the quote unquote replacement pipeline slash is just a brand new pipeline is going through this side to the right, but then to the left is another pipeline corridor. So for part of this pipeline, it's going along parallel to a current corridor, and then another part of the Minnesota is actually going through a completely new corridor. So there are 6 existing pipelines underneath the ground here. So that's what these white poles with the orange tops are. So even in this wild place with these wetlands, there's already 6 pipelines in the ground.
I think only the ones that I can tell. I think this is line 13. That's line 67. That's line 4.
The numbers.
But I can't tell the other ones. And I think like people on the internet could probably just pull up like the exact like layout.
Are more clearly numbered the numbers. So there's line 13, line 67. A Fond du Lac police officer. Tar sands pipelines are especially dangerous because of the nature of tar sands. They're very viscous and corrosive, and to be pumped through a pipeline, they have to be heated, and they have to be going at really fast speeds to like keep flowing through. So it's no wonder that, pipes, corrode and degrade fast, especially with tar sands flowing through them at like these high speeds and heated. And this pipeline is is intended to do 900,000 was supposed to pump every day. So it's a really high through this pipeline. Yeah, and this is a public state forest also, this area.
They have really gotten very far on the 13 miles on the Fond du Lac Reservation, which is right on the border of Fond du Lac. And they've been pushing through that pipeline.
Well, you can actually see them a little easier on this one. 13 and then 20.
Oh, yeah, true.
When you're on a reservation.
You can see what that other one is.
So yeah, line 4 is right there.
Line 1 over here, I think. Line 1, yeah.
Line 1. Can you zoom in on that sign? It says Enbridge Energy something
It
partnership.
says Enbridge Energy Limited Partnership, high pressure petroleum piping.
Enbridge Energy Limited Partnership. There's something about high voltage in there and
High pressure petroleum piping.
high pressure petroleum piping. So that could be part of a pump station. It could help. Yeah, with the pipes pumping. There's also a building a little further down that might be connected. It was unclear what that was. I think it had signs out in front, but we're kind of boxed in right now with the sheriff's deputies right here. So, but we could try to walk down and get a look at that. It's not too far. If you want to talk, but Danny, do you want to? No?
All you gotta do is say, fuck Enbridge. Or they go like this, fuck Enbridge.
Oh, we're coming back this way, so if you change your mind. I guess that's
Right down there. We could walk if you wanted.
I guess we probably shouldn't get too far just in case. I don't know. There's some young trees around here. Yeah, it's a pretty beautiful area that definitely adding another pipeline could put it in danger. What type of animal it is, but in these wetlands there are beavers, so could be a beaver.
Oh, yeah, but didn't expect that one.
That license plate is just sheriff. It's kind of interesting. Never seen it before.
Anyway.
Another law enforcement vehicle is approaching. It is unmarked, so I'm not sure what it is. That's the 4th law enforcement vehicle here right now.
Hello. How are you guys today?
All right.
Good.
What was your name?
Deputy Ruberg.
Deputy Ruberg. With a G, I think.
Yeah, we crossed counties, so now we're a whole different county, different place.
They were confused. The deputy thought that the police liaison was a Enbridge worker. So folks are here standing in the middle of the road of a work site on the Fond du Lac Reservation. There are now 4 law enforcement vehicles, 3 from the St. Louis County Sheriff's Department and 1 from the it's a Fond du Lac conservation officer. And this area of this work site, the exact position of where we are now, there is no pipeline laid out yet. So someone who spoke earlier mentioned how this brings them some hope, think it could be stopped, but seeing and being here makes that hope seem more viable and more reachable, because the pipe's not even laid down yet. There is some pipe visible about half a mile down, but right here there isn't any. There's an extreme alert that was sent to
A bunch of
phones. It says imminent extreme alert due to potential explosive hazard that was found in area of Ditch Banks Road and pipeline crossing. Law enforcement is evacuating residents in the area. This Line 3 pipeline, Enbridge is calling it the replacement of their previous Line 3 pipeline, which is still in the ground. Line 3, I don't believe it's in this
It's got to be one of these. I don't really know. But
in this corridor, or it may. I know that in this area of Minnesota, of this land known as Minnesota, the Line 3 pipeline, the one that's already in the ground, does go through in a similar way as the new one is going to be put in. I don't know for sure if it's in this exact corridor though, but there are 6 pipelines currently right here, and the new replacement, quote unquote, pipeline is going to be right next to this corridor. In the western part of northern Minnesota, they are creating an entirely new corridor.
seems like feed is
Well, it seems as though folks are going to try to stick it out here for a little bit longer. The sheriff's department doesn't seem like they're in a rush to kick anyone out yet. It is getting a little chillier with this wind picking up. Yeah, but folks here today ended up going to a few different work sites, showing presence, taking up space, making their voices heard. And their goal ultimately is to stop line sands crude oil every single day. It goes from North Dakota,
Canada, North Dakota.
yeah, from Alberta,
Yeah.
and then North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and reaches Lake Superior. And the Great Lakes are a fifth of the world's fresh water, so contamination there would be catastrophic. It would also be catastrophic if there's a spill in the Mississippi River, if there's any spills. But yeah, I mean, the bodies of water, there's a lot of risk involved for the environment, for the people who live here, for the cultures, everything. For anyone who drinks water, enjoys water. So thanks everyone for watching today. You can check out our previous coverage of Line 3 at unicornriot.ninja. We released 2 videos last night of an action that happened earlier this week, and you can check those out as well. We have Vimeo, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We have Twitch now, also Instagram. We're in a lot of places, so you can like and follow, and if you're able to, we appreciate any amount of monetary donation as well. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thanks Nico for doing camera. Thanks Chris for doing back end. I'm Alex, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, we'll try to keep track of this resistance fight that's going on here. Thank you.
Yeah, conservation officers told me a lot to do. Almost like an educational time.